Hi everyone, my name is Khrystyna Svystovych and I'm an exchange student from Ukraine. And today I want to tell you about my country. So, Ukraine. It's an independent country in the center of the Europe and it's also known as official center of Europe. Official language of Ukraine is Ukrainian, but we also speak Russian, Polish, Romanian, and Jewish. Um, Symbols of Ukraine is Ukrainian flag, which is blue and yellow. Blue represents sky, and yellow represents grain fields. And next is Ukrainian national plant, which calls Kalina. And the third, but not less important, is coat of arms, also called trizo. It's a kind of shifter, and you can read in this the word voля, which means freedom. Next is Ukrainian national clothes. So basically, it's like shirt with special design, as you can see on me, and it's like skirt for girls, and for boys, it's like special pants, which is called sharovary. Next is food. Ukrainian national meals are vareniki, which is also called pierogi, borscht, it's like kind of soup, and it tastes like tomato soup, and holubtsi. More about food. So our meals are made from scratch. Eating healthy is not expensive. Prepare food in home is cheaper because most of Ukrainians are farmers, and we eat vegetables and meat from our farms. Fresh produce is easy to get, and soup is almost every day because Ukrainians believe that if you're not eating soup, you can get stomach problems. Ukrainians are really generous people, so even if they don't have enough food, but you are their guest, they're gonna make a big table with different meals, so to give you all they got. The next is schools. So our schools have 11 grades, and children go to school as soon as they are 6. We also can choose classes because we have the same classes scheduled for example, all 5 graders, and so on. Our schedule is also weekly, which means that we have different classes every day, and one of the classes can even be only once or twice a week. As we have different schedule for every grade, we don't change our classmates and spend the whole 11 years with the same people in the classroom. It's like juniors would have spent all their classes with juniors. Next is holidays. And the first is New Year. So we have almost the same holidays as you guys have. And for example, New Year on January 1st, we celebrate the same as you do. Christmas is quite different. First of all, it's on January 7th and it lasts 3 days. We also have day before Christmas when we don't eat anything, just to make Christmas more like a holiday. So we don't have presents for Christmas because our Santa Claus is on 19th of December. But we can make some money on Christmas by singing carols. It's like you guys can earn some sweets by saying trick or treat on Halloween. The next big holiday is Easter. So it's usually 2 weeks later than American, and it also lasts 3 days. And on our Easter, we have big basket with food, which includes sweet bread, which called pascha, and special design eggs, which called chrysanthi. We also have after Easter Sunday, we have Wet Monday, on which we just play more games and get wet. The next holiday is Kopala Night. It's on 6th or 7th of July. Kopala Night is an ancient celebration of the summer solstice. It's also about jumping, dancing, and singing near the fire. It was used to believe that all witches came out at night and do spells, so nobody is allowed to sleep on this night. And The plant you see in the center is called paparot, and it's magical plant because it blooms only on the night. So if you will see the blooming of this plant, you will get lucky. The next is key events in Ukrainian history, and the first is Holodomor. It's from word holod, which means hunger, and more extermination. So basically what happened is that Soviet government took all the food from Ukrainians' family, and Ukrainians people started dying from starvation. Did you notice how big bellies these kids have? It's because they probably haven't eaten in 2 or more weeks. More than 3 million Ukrainians died because of hunger. The next is Chernobyl. And it is the April 1986 disaster at the Chernobyl nuclear power plant in Ukraine. And it was product of the flawed Soviet reactor design coupled with the serious mistakes made by the plant operators. Here is a video of how it was.
All of the good we did, it doesn't matter. What does matter is that to them, justice was done. See, a just world is a sane world. There was nothing sane about Chernobyl.
I'm pleased to report that the situation in Chernobyl is stable. In terms of radiation, I'm told it's the equivalent of a chest X-ray.
No, Chernobyl is on fire. And every atom of uranium is like a bullet, penetrating everything in its path. Metal, concrete, flesh. Now, Chernobyl holds over 3 trillion of these bullets. Some of them will not stop firing for 50,000 years.
Tell me how to put it out.
You are dealing with something that has never occurred on this planet before.
Cut the phone lines. Contain the spread of misinformation.
What will happen to our boys?
The pain is unimaginable. In 3 days to 3 weeks, you're dead.
You can see him, and you cannot touch him. Do you understand?
What happened on the night of the accident?
Asking the right question will get you the truth. There is no truth.
What happened there? What happened after? All of it. All of it. Madness.
So by the way, I live 4 hours away from that city, just saying. So the next is independence. So, 1991, after hundreds of years being ruled under other country, Ukraine finally got independence. And this year we celebrated 30 years of independence, and we are really, really proud of it. The next is Euromaidan Revolution. It was a way of demonstration and civil unrest in Ukraine. The protests erupted as a reaction against Ukrainian President Yanukovych and his abrupt decision to scrape a trade and political treaty with the European Union in November 2013. Violence by riot police provoked larger and larger rallies as Protestants called for the president removal. As a result, more than 100 young students were killed by police. Here is a video with names and ages with those who died.
Ей, плине кача по тисині, плине кача води сині. Мамко ж моя, не лай мені, мамко ж моя, не лай мені. Ей, залаєш ми в злу годину, залаєш ми в злу годину. Сам не знаю, де погину, сам не знаю, де погину. Ей, погину я в чужім краю, погину я в чужім краю. Хто ж ми буде брати яму? Хто ж ми буде брати яму? Ей, виберуть ми чужі люди, виберуть ми чужі люди. Ці не жаль ти, мамко, буде, ці не жаль ти, мамко, буде. Гей, якби ж мені, синку, не жаль, якби ж мені, синку, не жаль. Ти ж на моїм серцю лежав, ти ж на моїм серцю лежав.
Ukraine nowadays. Right now, Ukraine has war on south border with Russia, which started after Revolution of Dignity, when Russian soldiers without insignias took control of strategic position and infrastructure within the Ukrainian territory of Crimea. But there is some good news. Ukraine right now is also the largest country in Europe and one of the top 10 countries in the world, which has the biggest amount of students with a tertiary education. Ukrainian language is rated the third most beautiful and second most melodious language in the world. We have the world's deepest metro station and are among the world's most literate countries. Ukrainians are also called one of the most beautiful nations in the world. Thank you for your attention. We welcome you in Ukraine.